everyone. This is Katie. I'm so glad to be coming to all of you. I'm here with my wonderful friend, colleague, Meg. Hey, Meg, how are you today?
I am better now to be on a Zoom with you.
Oh, you've been in my Facebook group and kind of in this orbit for 3 years, maybe
2019, 2019.
4 years, four
Yeah,
years.
yes.
Yes, I remember your IM, like, can we talk? Which was wonderful. And so that began this wonderful, wonderful relationship. So, yeah, Meg, tell us who you are, what you do.
Yes. I'm a writing and marketing coach, and I help writers do the deep spiritual work to create their Amazon best-selling books on Kindle, paperback, and Audible.
Awesome. How long have you been a writing coach now?
2020, January of 2020, I started my business. And that was after I had been in the publishing game as an author since 2016, working with traditional companies, and then created the ideal experience for authors and began offering it on my own and with my team without a
Awesome.
traditional publishing company. Yeah.
And you work with, I don't know if it's primarily spiritual authors or if they just tend to be mostly spiritual authors, but you're obviously doing spiritual work with them. Who's the kind of typical person you work with?
Yes, I have named them my people that I love to serve are spiritually attuned go-getters. And how I define that
Yes.
is there's three ways that I define that, and that is that they believe their ambition is holy and there's no need to shrink back and play small, that the divine is wanting them to be a co-creator. So they have that belief, that way of being. They also believe that the process of birthing and releasing a book is a divine one. It's very spiritual, wherever they are on the theological spectrum, they have that belief. And the last belief that they hold is that they're highly service oriented. So they believe that their book is about serving others just as much as it's about bringing them pleasure of writing it. So that's how I define a spiritually attuned go-getter. And I've been so honored to serve 42 clients since 2020, and they have been all over the theological spectrum, like Fire and Brimstone, Heart of Gold Baptist pastor on the far right, to boudoir photographer who practices Buddhism on the left, and I serve all of them. Yeah.
Nice, lovely. Well, we posed a question in the group yesterday, and in the Metaphysical Christian, although this will go out to in lots of different platforms, about how many people have wanted to write a book. And we had a couple people who have, so y'all go, you already have written a book, or some people said they're in the final drafts. But a lot of people said, yeah, that's something I've wanted to do for a long time. Some of them even had ideas, some people didn't. But it's not that many people that go from idea to actually, pressing print and send and getting it out there to the world. What holds people up in your experience?
One of the biggest roadblocks or writing blocks for people I visit with is that they do not know how to organize their thoughts. What do I keep? Where do I trim the fat? Where am I getting off into the weeds? And what they want is to get them started is an outline, and an outline that assures that the nonfiction book or the memoir is, as I always say, some of your friends are watching this. I know some of your friends have been past clients of mine, so they've heard me say it before. We want to make sure that not only our books are weird, quirky, holistic, unique experiences but we also, above all else, we want the book's outline to be readable, relatable, retainable, and highly marketable. And so a lot of the people I work with, I've actually, every single author I've served have been amazing writers. It's not a lack of talent or a lack of time. We might have stories about our time, but it's never a lack of talent or lack of time. And it's never even a lack of a good idea. I have yet to meet with someone that the idea was that I didn't feel was needed in the world, because they're spiritually attuned go-getters. And by that, the idea that's been given to them is there to serve other people. So that alone makes it good. But the biggest holdup is, okay, now how do I outline? How do I curate my idea, pieces of my idea into a format? So based on that block, I created these two courses: memoir outline made easy, and then nonfiction book outline made easy, to give them that start, give them that outline, that template, if you will, to put their pieces in. And then, of course, let the divine feminine come in. Even if they feel I need to adjust this a little bit, they can, but they have this outline to get all their thoughts out and curated in that fashion.
I love the holy headlines approach.
Yes.
Sacred work and writing can be organized as well, and you can help people do that. So yeah, well, as you know, I know as a writing coach and for spiritually attuned go-getters, you've mentioned these 2 courses, and usually you sell those, I think, for how much are they usually?
They're $47 for each course.
But for this community, tell us a little more. Yes.
For this community, and just for this community and nobody else, they are totally free. So both courses, $93, $94 value, and they are learn as you go, learn at your own rate, evergreen courses. So you have eternal access to the videos and the action sheets, the printable action sheets. And it will, as we were sharing before, before this call, a lot of the authors I serve want to do more than just a book. They want to be invited to speak about the content of their book. They want to have online courses about the content of their book. They want to coach or do group retreats based on the content of their book. And so in that course, I also will touch on the unique way that we design books, that they're not only a book, they're a lead magnet, they're a bridge they're a means to an end, and the end is a larger audience. And so the first part of the course goes into that as well, and talks about how to build a little trick to build your email list just with your book alone. And
nice.
And so it goes into that as well, like we shared before this call.
Lovely. So this is, so what I'm really hearing is that this is about getting your creation out into the world, and doing that. So grab these courses that Meg has because they're for free, but it's also about establishing your purpose and letting 100%. Your book help serve your purpose on the planet. And so Meg is an Awakening Transformation graduate, so she knew about that before she started that course. But then that's something that we talk about too. So I know that you're in good hands with Meg and her material because we've worked together. And so I've gotten to see her and do this sacred work. So awesome. That's so exciting. Meg, any kind of final words before we sign off here?
I think it's only appropriate that I sign off with the quote by Rumi, the poet, which I'm sure your group knows who Rumi is, which is, remember, as you are hearing Katie and I talk about birthing and releasing your beautiful book, remember this quote from Rumi, and that is, that which you seek is also seeking you.
Nice. Oh, I love it. Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to make sure this gets out to everyone, and we can't wait to see all of your sacred outlines. All right.